is truly ahead. So next up, I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce someone to you who I've known for a little over a year, not even a year and a half. This gentleman came into the industry early. He never was in solar before. And you know what he said? He's like, I'm going to be one of the top solar professionals in Powur by the end of the year. He ruffled a few feathers, but guess what? He did exactly that. He's won contests. He's on the leaderboard. He has one of the fastest growing teams in Powur. And every time he speaks, he pumps me up. You know, I'm extremely captivated by this gentleman. But not only that, I really look up to him for a number of reasons. He's a great dad. He has a beautiful wife, and he has another child on the way, and he has a son that he takes care of, Maximus the Great. So before we bring him up here, I just want to go ahead and roll a video so you can get to know him a little bit better.
Every weekend when kids were partying, I was at a karate tournament competing. One of the things that my karate teacher would tell me is he would say, listen, in times of victory, be graceful. In times of defeat, be grateful. And train harder. If you want to do great things, it's not going to be easy. My name is JcRangel, and I am a sales consultant with Powur Energy. I believe that in 15 years, finding a home that does not have solar is going to be kind of like the oddball home, right? When I realized that, I knew that I was going to get involved in the solar industry. I just didn't have the right company yet. Then I found Powur, and the rest is history. I like to be a part of businesses that have a future. I believe that for the next 2 decades, renewable energy, the solar industry is the industry to be in. Not only that, to me, solar is not really a sales pitch. Frankly, it's more like an IQ test. We could take a customer and cut their bill in half with zero out of pocket, and that bill will never go up. Why would you not do that? This is the only purchase somebody can make that'll net more money in their pocket after they make that sale. I knew nothing about solar when I got started, nothing. You know, but that wasn't an excuse. So the company has all of the resources, all of the trainings available. And if somebody really wants to go out there and learn the business, they can. And I'm a perfect example of it. Powur gives me the freedom to spend more time with my family. Powur gives me the freedom to work from home. Not only am I proud of my work with Powur, I'm also proud of the man that I see in the mirror every day. Because I believe in what I'm doing. I'm helping homeowners, I'm helping people build a business, and I made an impact. I made a positive impact, and I got my family closer to that financial freedom that we seek.
So I want you all to stand up, get a stretch in, because you're going to need it for the energy and excitement that he's going to bring. Let's all give a big round of applause for Mr. JcRangel.
Wow, wow. If we were live, right, and we could hear everybody, I would certainly say, let's give Mr. Jonathan Brunasso a round of applause. This guy is the man, so let's give him a virtual round of applause, if we will, please. Thank you, guys. Well, guys, I'm very excited. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Mr. Bud, for this opportunity as well. I get the privilege to train on something that is very, very exciting to me, something that I've trained for a long time, right? So to give you guys a little bit of my background before we get started, because I want to make sure that we are precise with what we want to talk about. You know, we are on a certain time crunch, so I want to make sure that I get all of this information out to you guys, okay? Here's a little bit of my background, guys. First and foremost, I'm a family man, and I'm a man of God, right? And my family is the number one thing to me. I'm also a solar broker thanks to this business, okay? And a podcast host, and I also won a world title in the year 2000. So that was a long time ago, but something I'm very proud of. But that is what taught me how to develop a bulletproof mindset, right? So now I do the things that I do because of my family, because of my relationship with my creator, and because of my mom, right? So one of my goals was always to retire my mom. And one of the things that I found out about the bulletproof mindset is that all of the skills in the world do not matter if your mindset is not where it needs to be, right? And I remember very oftentimes I used to see people that maybe were not the most talented people. Other people were more talented than them, but these people ended up succeeding on a bigger level. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How to succeed on a big level, what it takes to have a champion's mindset, right? Before I won a world title, I broke my ankle, I broke my nose before I won a world title. I flew to Canada to find I came back in a wheelchair with a broken ankle, but I tried again, and I tried for 8 years until I finally won one. So that's what we're going to get into today, is how to develop a bulletproof mindset, okay? So here's the deal. My goal at the age of 18 was to retire my mom by the age of 30, okay? At 18, I wrote down, I want to retire my mom on or before the age of 30. Now, that did not happen by the age of 30. It actually happened by the age of 38. But the reason why that happened, right, so I'm 38 now. When I was 28, I was able to retire my mom, okay? The reason why that happened is because I took the business seriously, right? I took the personal growth seriously. I adopted the philosophies of having a bulletproof mindset, right? So here's what I tell people all the time. You see, when everybody else, when my friends were out there partying, I wasn't partying, I was working. When they were out there soaking up the sun, I was soaking up ideas. When they were out there slacking off, I was focused, right? When they were out there, for example, making love, well, I was doing that too, right? I'm not gonna lie. That is something I never skipped, right? But the point being that this is something that I was very committed to. Success is something I was committed to, and I was told from the beginning. My mentors told me, JC, success is to be paid upfront and in full. There's no layaway. There's no credit on success. The price must be paid upfront and in full. And you get paid based on the size of the problems that you solve. So guess what? We, in this business, we solve a problem. A client has a bill that's too high. What we want to do is we want to save them some money on that bill. In some markets, we save them more money than other markets. And what we want to do is we want to lock in that bill. We want to give them energy independence. We're solving a problem. And the company pays us an average of $7,000. Nationwide is our average commission for helping a client go solar. Now, I don't know about you, but I live in California. When I show a homeowner how to cut their bill in half with zero out of pocket and lock that bill in, as I say all the time, you guys know me for this, it's not a business presentation, it's an IQ test. Frankly, here's the deal, okay? If you cannot close on a solar transaction, you can't close a window, okay? So that's a reality. So I'm going to bring you guys some fire. And one of the things about me you guys are going to find out is that I am raw like sushi, man. I'm going to give it to you guys, right, with the truth, right? So here's the deal. The inner game. What is the inner game? The inner game is your identity about yourself, how you think of yourself, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. You have a certain identity about yourself. Now, see, that identity may be an identity of a winner. See, Jonathan Brunasso, Mr. Jonathan Budd, Mr. Charles Thompson, these guys have an identity about themselves that they are a winner. They believe, they bought into their own hype. They believe that they deserve success. Do you, right? I believe I deserve success. Success, not only do I deserve success, but success is my duty, because I have a 7-year-old son, and I got the great Maximus Rangel, and then I've got Alexander the Great on the way next month. Guess what? Those boys didn't ask to come here. We brought them here. Therefore, I deserve to give them. They deserve for me to give them the best life possible. So I'm going to go bell to bell. So my identity is that identity of a winner, just like these gentlemen, these ladies here. You have an identity about yourself. Some people have an identity of being a procrastinator. Some people have an identity of being somebody that doesn't get things done. Some people have an identity of being a slacker. So what is your identity? So you have to start shaping your identity. And here's one thing that you have to understand. The books you read, the trainings you attend, like this, like the Powur Live, right? The company has a personal development system in place for you not to only become a better sales professional, a better solar professional, but for you to also become a better person all around, okay? So the people you hang out with and the information that you feed yourself is going to determine where you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. And guess what? Some people have to stop listening and hanging out with people that don't serve them. If some of you guys have some people that are so negative, they could walk into a dark room and develop. Does that make sense? Now, some of you guys are going to get that on the way home, okay? So some people are so negative that way that no matter what, they're not interested in anything. Guess what? I realized early on that I have to limit my association. Somebody taught me, he says, JC, there's only a couple of things that you have control over. One of them is your attitude, and the other one is your actions. I cannot control if a customer cancels on me. I cannot control if a customer stands me up. I cannot control if somebody's rude to me if I knock on their door. But you know what I could control? I could control my attitude of a champion. For those of you guys taking notes, which I highly encourage you to do, is this. Make sure that every day you wake up with a positive attitude no matter what, because a winner and a champion has a great attitude no matter what. Up or down 10, a champion fights to the end. Does that make sense? So your attitude is one thing. I tell my people, if I call you, you know me. If I call you and I say, what's up? And you say something to me like, oh, not much. Oh, hanging out, getting by. I'm going to hang up on you. I'm going to hang up on your ass. What's up? Everything is up. My bank account is up. My installations are up. Why? Because I'm a winner. Because guess what? It just takes a decision for you to make a decision. All you got to do is make a decision. I'm a winner. I'm going to do what winners do. It's called be, do, have. You got to be the person right now, even before you have the things. Be that person. That person that you admire to be, whether it's $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, how would that person act? Your version, that hero of your life. Imagine if this was a movie and you were the hero of your life, what would you do then? So that person that's already making that income you want to make, what would they do? What time would they wake up? How would they shake hands? Would they be confident? You got to be that person now. Do the things they do, and then you'll have what they have. But you know what most people want? They want it backwards. They want to have. They say, hey, you know what, JB? If I had the money you've got, man, I'd be on the Power Hour every week. I'd be taking notes every week. If I had your money, guess what? JC, if I had your money and your organization, hundreds of people selling solar, tons of mentor deals, I'd be as motivated as you. But what they don't know is that when I got started with this business, I was broke, busted, and disgusted after being a millionaire, and I lost everything. And I said, guess what? It's like making money is like riding a bike. We're going to go out there and we're going to bust our ass. We're going to go out there and knock on doors. We're going to recruit during the day and sell at night and prospect at night. And I did that for 3 months. We built a big team, and now we do a lot of mentor deals and a lot of personal deals and working from home. This business gives us that opportunity, but your attitude is the only thing you can control. Guess what? And your actions. Now, if you have the right attitude, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be able to take the proper actions, like going out there and prospecting, going out there and talking to more people. The bottom line is, if you're not making the kind of money that you want to make, here's the situation. Go introduce yourself to more strangers. More strangers out there need to know that you are in the solar business. How soon can you get 200 people to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are a solar professional? 200 people that know so-and-so. Varia is a solar professional. Jose, Eric is a solar professional. Isela is a solar professional, without a doubt. Without thinking about it, they know that you're a solar professional. How soon can you do that? See, some people sometimes go out there and they complain, right? And then they complain that they're not where they want to be, but yet they don't get on training. They're not prospecting. When's the last time you prospected? Oh, like 2-3 weeks ago. Or I haven't prospected lately. Here's a question. Would you follow you? Would you work with you? And would you buy from you? If you wouldn't follow you, why would anybody else follow you? Right? See, here's the thing. I know that if I show you this business opportunity, here's my belief. You could give me a lie detector test and I'm going to pass it. You join my organization. You join the best Eagle School organization in the company. You give me a lie detector test and I'm going to pass it. You could not be in better hands than being with me, because I'm going to teach you how to be a champion. I'm going to teach you how to be relentless, and I'm going to support you every step of the way. Do you think about yourself that way? So would you follow you? Would I follow me? Hell yeah, I would follow me. Absolutely. I'd follow me twice on Sunday. Okay? I would work with me. And I would certainly buy from me. You know why? Because I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to answer the phone. I'm going to solve problems. I get paid. You get paid based on the size of the problems that we solve. Quit wanting less problems. You don't want less problems. You want more wisdom. You want more strength. You want a bulletproof mindset, right? Because here's the deal. If you work at a grocery store and you're the bagger, your job is to put the cans in the bottom and the bread in the top. Guess what? You just solved a small problem. What'd you get paid? Small money. It's called minimum wage. But in this business, go and solve these homeowners' problems. Get paid $7,000. Guess what? There's people that are doing that 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week or more. How about that? So don't complain about the problems. Develop a bulletproof mindset and decide today, right now, that the old you is done. This is a new version of you. Let me give you guys a story. There's an elderly Cherokee brave who told his grandson about a battle of two wolves happening in everybody's head. Okay? He says there was a good wolf and a bad wolf. And the good wolf was filled with a bunch of positive things, like kindness, like perseverance, humility, understanding, love, and tenacity, and he was motivated. The bad wolf was full of jealousy, laziness, hate, envy, resentment, spite. Okay? Then the grandson asked the grandfather. He says, "Grandfather, which one of these wolves win? The good wolf or the bad wolf?" And the grandfather replied, "Whichever one you feed." Here's my question. Which one have you been feeding? Most people, consciously or unconsciously, 95% of people's self-talk is negative. 95% of people's self-talk is negative. Oh, I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm too inexperienced. It's because I'm a man. It's because I'm a woman. It's because it's bullshit. Bullshit, because guess what? There's somebody with your same characteristics and even more worse characteristics that went out there and became successful. Guess what? I'm at Powur headquarters. I did not see no picture with your name on it that says, "Do not pay this person." If you get the installs, you're going to get paid. So stop stalling. Make a decision to go out there and be a winner. Because guess what? We have the same installers. We have the same project managers. If somebody else could win, guess what you could do? You could win. If you guys are liking this information, I want you to put it in the chat. I want you to warrior up right now. Because guess what? The people that make the biggest checks, some of you guys, if you listen to this training today and the trainings that the company provides and use the system, 6 months from now, your checks are going to be reading like, ooh, because of so many zeros. You're going to need some binoculars to look back at where you used to be. Some of you guys are going to write some checks that's going to make the bank bounce. Okay, some of you guys also get that on the way home, right? Because I used to write those little rubber checks, right? They used to bounce. Now I like to write checks that make the bank bounce. Let's go. Here's the deal. 27% of the population is not motivated. There is no 27%ers here. A 27%er would not make it this far. A 27%er is going to be out there keeping up with the Kardashians instead of keeping up with his money. Right here, this is for winners. This is Eagle School. This ain't Duck School. You're looking for Duck School, you're in the wrong place. Okay? 60%ers are motivatable. They can be motivated. They're up and down roller coaster. Hey, man, JC fired me up. Jonathan fired me up. I'm going to go out there and crush it. Then tomorrow, somebody says, hey, man, I don't want to go solar after all. Then all of a sudden, they're slouching. They're in a bad mood. Why? Because they're motivatable. That's what a 60%er does. Here's what a 10%er is. A 10%er is a self-motivated winner. Whether you tell them yes or you tell them no, here's this philosophy. Tell me yes or tell me no. But tell me fast because I've got to go. I don't care about the yeses and nos. You know what I care about? The action. My attitude is a positive attitude and my actions are positive actions. Tell me yes, tell me no, but tell me fast because I got to go. Because if you tell me no, thank you for telling me no so quickly. You know why? Because I get to talk to the next person faster. You should be grateful. Quit want what you don't want. You don't want everybody to tell you. You don't want everybody to tell you yes to the opportunity. You know why? If everybody said yes to the Powur opportunity, which is the best opportunity in the world, if everybody said yes to that, guess what? There wouldn't be nobody else to talk to. Everybody else would be in power. Thank God that people are saying no to the opportunity. Because if not, any bum off the street is going to come and become a millionaire with this business. That's not what I want. I want this business, the nature of the business, to weed out the people that are not for this business. Because guess what? I don't plan to get rich. I plan to get wealthy, and I plan to help people get wealthy with this business. Okay? Then finally, we get to the 3%ers. The 3%ers are the motivators. These are not only self-motivated people. See, the 10%ers, you don't got to remind them to get on here. The 10%ers, if you don't already have this, I want you to put all of the trainings on the PowerCalendar.com in your calendar. Put them on right now. Right now while you're doing this, make sure that you don't miss another event. The only reason to miss a company training or one of these is if you have to go to a funeral and you're the one in the box. Anything short of that, you should be on these events every single time. That is what a 3%er does. A 3%er is not only motivated, but a 3%er motivates others. You know how he or she motivates others? Here's how they do it. Not by talking, but by doing. They embody the being a champion. They embody the teaching. They go out there and they personally sell solar. They mentor deals. They recruit people and they talk to people. They get more rejection than other people that are not successful. And here's why. Here's why most people fail. Write this number down. 14,000 hours. For 14,000 hours, that's from kindergarten to the 12th grade, it's 14,000 hours. People were programmed for mediocrity. People were programmed to be fault finders. If you take a test in school, right, the teacher's going to go see this one's right, and then the wrong one, what do? They circle it in red. People are taught to be fault finders. I remember, I learned a long time ago, it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. So I learned that when I was in junior high, elementary, and high school. I knew if I used to like sitting next to the smart kid and next to the pretty girl. That was my MO. So I used to sit next to the smart kid. I remember one time we took a test. He wrote down 9 answers. The 10th answer, he wrote, I don't know the answer to this question. I wrote down, I don't know the answer either, right? And I got caught, right? But guess what? In school, here's some of the things that you're taught. Kids are to be seen, not what? Heard. Don't talk to what? Strangers. Study hard to get good grades. So imagine this. Kids are to be seen, not heard. Imagine if you were to take that advice. You're to be seen but not heard. What if you didn't talk to strangers? How successful would you be? Right? Obviously, those philosophies don't serve people. Right? We don't have a job with this business. We have a business. We have our own solar dealer within Powur. That's what's exciting. Okay? So here's the deal. There's no 27 percenters. So the goal is to go from a 60 percenter, if that's where you identify with, up to a 10% bracket and eventually to a 3% bracket, okay? You want to build your dream business. It starts with you building you. You're not going to attract a Jonathan Brunasso. You're not going to attract a Lorenzo Jaimes, a Keenan Garcia, okay? You're not going to attract these champions, and guess what, if you don't champion up. So the key is for you to go out there and champion up, okay? So remember, we talked about the 60 percenters roller coaster ride. We finished that, and we're going to finish here in a couple of slides, okay? So I'm going to skip through these. So here's the deal. To finish this thing, there's 3 types of people you're going to run into. Number 1 is the people that make things happen. There's a bunch of people that are making things happen right now at the corporate office, okay? There's people that make things happen. Number 2, there's people that watch things happen. And then number 3, there's people who wonder, what the hell just happened, right? Don't be number 3, man. Be the person that makes things happen. Be the person that, listen, that changes your family tree. When I came here at the age of 6, my mom left an abusive relationship in Mexico. I came here at the age of 6. I saw her working 2 jobs and working a direct sales company afterwards. I asked her, Mom, why are you doing that? You already have a job. I was about 6 to 10 years old when I asked her that question. She says, son, if your name is on the top of the building where you work at, you're building somebody else's dream. She said, the way to get ahead in this country is for you to start your own business. And if I want to give you guys a certain life, that's only going to happen by me having my own business. She was making it happen. That's my number 1 mentor in my life. And that's the reason why I do this business. That's the reason why neither anybody that's watching this Zoom or any prospect out there could ever tell me to let my foot off the gas. And if I had a mic right now, I would drop it. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce Mr. Charles Thompson. This man, he's a man. What else can I say? He's getting married to the love of his life. He's somebody that I look up to, one of the best leaders I've ever had the pleasure of meeting and working with. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring up Mr. Charles Thompson.
JC Rangel, baby. Woo. That's fire. Wow.
Thank you,
I'm wondering where I fit into that equation, my man.
Here, whatever you want.
All right,
thank you, brother.
I'll get in it. Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome job, my man. That
Thank you,
was
brother.
Fantastic. Inspirational.
Thank you, sir.
Inspirational. All right, well, a couple quick wrap-ups here. If we can go on to another slide here and make sure we've got the right map coverage. Okay, a couple events, and then we're going to announce the raffle winner. First of all, tomorrow night, if you aren't aware, in San Diego, we have a live event. Check on PowerCalendar.com. And on Thursday night, we're going to focus on the Mid-Atlantic and Carolinas. That's our expansion Zoom. You know people there. If you're there, promote into that. Check it out on PowerCalendar.com. The graphic is right on the screen. Join us. It will be an incredible event. Very similar to what you're seeing here. We educate, we enlighten, and we share this amazing opportunity with Powur. So before we wrap up, I want to announce the winners of the raffle. That's Jaylyn, that's Jalynn.
Woo, Jaylyn.
And Manser, Manser. If I mispronounced that, my apologies. We haven't met in person. So congrats, welcome, and enjoy that incredible gift. Thank you all for putting your cameras on. And what we'd like to do is just remind you of this. Get back to whoever shared this meeting with you. Get any final questions that you have. Get those answered. Jump on the train. Join us on all the upcoming training from incredible inspirational leaders like JC and Mr. Jonathan Bernasso. And as we all say, the best is definitely ahead. But before we go, we want to invite anyone who's in the studio with us tonight to get up here. Let's have a good time. Let's get some partying. Let's dance. Let's celebrate.
Come on up.
Awesome job. Come on up here.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Oh, man. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, brother.
High five.